Engaging the enemy! Jammer, out! Move to the flank! Armor's almost gone! Enemy located! I gotta reload!
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Destroy the target! You're not going anywhere.
Want to see what I can do?
What is going on, everybody? PHXGaming here, and today we are going to go over the brand new exotics from Title Update Den PTS that are supposed to be coming in the actual Title Update Den patch here in the next couple weeks. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first exotic weapon that you saw during the gameplay was the Ravenous. Jerry and Frecky, Hounds of Odin, roam the battlefield eternal, greedy for the corpses of those who have fallen. Go forth, warrior of Odin, and hunt, slake their thirst. So from the Ravenous, the total damage on it is 222.3k, RPM is 240, and mag is 60. This mag of 60 has the double amount of a regular rifle because of the two barrels that are attached to the Ravenous itself. The core attributes on this, 9% rifle damage, 12% critical hit damage, and 7% damage to target out of cover. Now, as a reminder, the Ravenous is a raid exclusive, so when it does drop for you, you can take it to your reconfiguration, re-roll it to try and get it to a god roll, so just keep that in mind. The talents on the Ravenous are Jerry and Frecky. On trigger pull, fire both barrels at once. When fired from the right shoulder, hits at offensive primers and defensive primers when fired from the left shoulder. Hits from one shoulder will detonate all of the opposite shoulder's primers when present. When detonated, each offensive primer deals 100% weapon damage, while each defensive primer grants 4% bonus armor and 10% amplified damage to armor plates for 5 seconds. Primer effectiveness is doubled at 10 stacks. So with the Ravenous, I mean, it was a lot of fun to use, but you do have to get somewhat in a sync with it in order to make it effective. So because I'm PC, I have much more of a trigger issue than console, because I know with console, in order to switch shoulders, you have to hit the L3, I believe it's the R3, correct me if I'm wrong, for PS4, and the right stick for Xbox. But with PC, you know, it's very easy just to switch back and forth, as you can see. And you're constantly getting those primers and getting those explosives consistently rather than just stacking it one by one and then switching shoulders. But as you can see, the amount of damage that does come from the Ravenous is absolutely insane. And again, using the Ravenous during that gameplay was not with a min-max build. You could definitely use something more valuable with, like, you could use your rifle build that you currently have and use the Ravenous with it. So just keep that in mind. I would highly recommend you use the Ravenous with your rifle build. The second weapon that you saw during the gameplay footage was Mantis. Camouflage is about more than just blending in. You ever heard the term aggressive mimicry? Anyone can hide and wait for the perfect kill, but why wait when you can seduce? Sir Maneater Madison. Total damage on this is 630.5k, RPM is 60, and the mag is 7. Core attributes for Mantis is 13% marksman rifle damage, 101% headshot damage, 9% critical hit chance. Talents: in plain sight, your scope view displays additional information about enemies not targeting you. Headshot and weak point damage against enemies not targeting you amplified by 50%. Headshot kills reset the cooldown of the decoy skill. This bonus will wait until the decoy goes on cooldown if currently active. So you definitely want to pair Mantis with your decoy if you are going to be running solo. If you're running with a group, you don't really need to worry about it because, 4 people and then all the NPCs kind of go about their day, aiming for whoever. But if you are running solo, decoy will be beneficial to you because they're going to focus on the decoy. That way you can pop headshots whenever you do have an opening and when they're not focused on you. And as you saw from the gameplay footage, the way they don't focus on you is when you're aiming down sight of the reticule, you're going to see a red ring. That means they have target on you, and then you've got the orange ring, which means that they're not focused on you, they're focused on something else, which gives you that 50% amplified damage. Now, what I recommend you do using Mantis is using something of an aces and eights build like I was using. Now, the chest piece I had on there was perfect focus, and then a 4-piece aces and eights, and then use whatever other piece of gear that you do have available to you. We do have the new gear set that does a 5% weapon damage, so you could possibly use that. And I'll go into the new gear sets in another video, not this one right now, because this exotic video has a lot to it. So just keep that in mind. Again, Mantis, I think this is one of the new exotics that are coming with Season 2. I don't know if it's going to be on the Season 2 reward track or if it's just going to drop in open world. I'm not entirely sure, but this and the Vile face mask, which I'll cover in another video because I still want to do some testing with it, are going to be the two new exotics that you'll get from Season 2. And then the Ravenous and Regalis are going to be 2 exclusive exotic drops from Operation Iron Horse. And lastly, with the new exotic weapon, we've got Regalis. Cast your stones at King on Thrones, but at the end, rats and all our bones. Javier Kajika. Total damage on the pistol is 592.4k, RPM is 160, and the mag is 6. It dropped at a 7% pistol damage, 4% damage to armor, and then the talents on this is Regicide. Headshot kills create a 5-meter explosion, dealing 400% weapon damage and applying bleed to all enemies hit. Now, the last gameplay footage you saw was me taking over a heroic control point and using a shield build along with the Artificer Hive. And as you can see, I was nailing headshots, and you were seeing that explosion of red, which was the 400% weapon damage, and applying bleed to anyone that was near it. I personally believe that Regalis is better than Liberty, and the reason being is because Liberty is a D50 archetype, so you're constantly moving around on the screen, and your reticule is going all over the place. Regalis, however, kind of goes in an upward manner rather than going off to the side or down, so it kind of goes up and then comes back really quickly to let you land those headshots. So I really like Regalis, and I really hope it does drop for me on the first time I run the raid. But it's definitely something I will be grinding for. So let's go over the mods real quick attached to each of the exotic weapons. There we go. So with Ravenous, we've got predatory optics for a predator. The hunt for prey never ends. Critical hit chance at 5%. We've got gluttonous magazines. When you have 2 mouths to feed, you need twice the food. 10% reload speed. Wolf's Claw. Beware the claw, but remember it's the bite that kills. 10% stability. And then Devouring Mod. Double-barreled and looking to feed. 5% critical hit damage. So if you pair this weapon with a nice critical hit chance build and a critical damage build, you're going to be doing tons of amount of DPS with this rifle alone. Next, the Mantis Marksman Rifle. Anti-glint coated sight. Anti-glint lens coating reduces light reflection to avoid giving away your position. 35% headshot damage. Well-oiled machine dampens friction noise while operating the bolt action and changes magazines. 10% reload speed. Ghillie frame, a custom frame for mounting ghillie netting without compromising weapon function. 10% stability. And then Rat Suppressor eliminates muzzle flash and reduces sound report of shots for covert engagement. 7% headshot damage. So right there, the mods itself have a 41% headshot damage bonus. And then you add on a max roll of a headshot damage, which I believe is 145. You're going to be doing over 200% headshot damage just with this rifle alone. And then lastly, we'll go into the Regulus. Engraved drum, the ornamentation revolving with the drum gives the impression of a scurrying rat, 10% reload speed. An engraved muzzle, a rat's bite is viciously sharp and laden with disease. Be careful not to get bit, 5% critical hit damage. So all in all, I think these exotic weapons are in the right spot. I think they are very powerful in a good way, not in an overpowered way. They let you have that feeling of power. I did notice though that during my encounters with the NPCs, they felt very spongy. They didn't feel like they normally felt in the regular Division 2, in the regular game, rather than PTS. So I really hope that they do get some sort of a nerf, or something is out of line that gets fixed, because they just do not seem the way that they're supposed to. And because you're doing so much power, you would think that their armor and that their health is going to deplete even faster. And then another thing I wanted to touch on is just the amount of detail that goes in to these new exotics. I mean, the Regulus reminds me so much of Rat King from Destiny 2, and the way they designed it is just absolutely phenomenal. So kudos to the designer who made and scripted out the intricate details of the actual weapon, you know. And then we've got Mantis here, the ghillie. I love the ghillie netting. It gives that reconnaissance feeling. So, and then the Ravenous just has so much detail ornate to it. It's very good. I love it. I think the design on these weapons is absolutely astonishing. So other than that, guys, I have nothing else further for you. Yeah, I actually recommend all these exotic weapons. I don't think they need to be changed. I think that the power that they have is enough. Again, I really hope that they do drop for everyone on the first time they do try the raid. I recommend you try running the raid in order to get these weapons. It's definitely something I'm definitely going to try myself. And again, for all my new subscribers, thank you so much for coming and being a part of this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. Thank you for taking the time to, you know, learn about the new exotic weapons that are coming. Again, these are all subject to change. We don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know if they're going to stay the way they are. They could get buffed, they could get nerfed. It's all a matter of what the reports are when they come into the dev team. For all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch the video, to hear what I'm saying, and to take the time to learn about all the new exotic weapons. For all my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And then for anyone who found this channel, please leave a like, leave a dislike, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you want more Division 2 content. I'm going to keep creating it, and I'm going to have a lot more videos regarding PTS in the next following days. So other than that, guys, I have nothing else further for you. I really hope you guys stay safe, and I will catch you around next time. Take care.